guys, Jeep has finally revealed the new 2026 Jeep Cherokee. It's been a really long time coming with this one. It's something I've been looking forward to for a few years. I remember I would see the current generation on the road and be like, what is Jeep waiting on? They need to redesign that thing. It's really getting to a point because it's been since 2014 that we've had this same generation without any actual meaningful updates to it. Especially with this being such a competitive segment that they could make real money in if they tried. And considering Stellantis' situation, which if you don't know, their CEO resigned, their sales are lower than they've really ever been. And that's for brands under the Stellantis umbrella, not just Jeep. So it's kind of a dire situation. So waiting this long to redesign a vehicle in such a competitive segment as the compact SUV segment is kind of crazy. You'd think they want to make something that's definitely gonna sell well, because even this generation's Jeep Cherokee, with its 10-year-old styling, sold pretty well if I can remember correctly. But nonetheless, after over a decade, it's here. It's supposed to be getting a new hybrid powertrain, but Jeep hasn't said anything about power or any actual details concerning what's powering it, other than that it's getting a hybrid powertrain, so no horsepower numbers or torque numbers or anything like that. What I like most about the new Cherokee is that it doesn't look like the rest of Jeep's lineup. It has its own kind of styling language. I don't know if this is kind of the direction that they're going to go in the future, but it looks like a Jeep, but it has its own feel to it. It doesn't look like a Grand Cherokee. It doesn't look like the Wagoneer. It has its own thing going on. All Jeeps tend to look very similar, but this one has its own niche with the square headlights that are definitely a new design, and overall it just deviates from the normal Jeep design. To be clear though, it doesn't deviate too much from what Jeep is usually doing. I just wish we could have seen a sneak peek of the interior, because I feel like that's almost more important than the exterior in some cases, especially with how Jeep has been doing recently with interiors. Their interiors have been really nicely designed. Some vehicles' interiors work better than others, but their designs have been really concrete and beautiful lately, so I'm really excited for that. Anyways, we only have like 2 photos of this thing, so let me know, are you guys excited for the Jeep Cherokee? Because I definitely am. I really cannot wait to actually start seeing it on the road and start putting some of those old models to pasture. And I just really can't stand when a brand waits this long to redesign a car. I can understand if it's a vehicle that is kind of outstanding or was very perfected at its launch. For example, the Mazda 3 or some Kia vehicles even, that they continue to make meaningful updates to, but they didn't do that with the Cherokee. It's just been 10 years of basically the same thing, other than that refresh in 2019, which was mainly a styling refresh. So you don't expect a brand to wait this long until basically the model gets undesirable to finally redesign it. But I guess in Jeep's case, there's a lot of other stuff going on that's preventing business to run as it usually would. Anyways, this new model is set to arrive at the end of this year. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all have a good one. Bye.